Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki and welcome back to Wolfquest, where we have yet another invasion happening, and I think it's Weasel Gulch again. We did go to sleep and now they are howling away. I wonder if they're in this hex at all. Can we increase wherever we are? Probably not, so we won't be able to tell if they're in this hex, but oh my goodness, Weasel Gulch, you will just not leave us alone. Are we still scenting them on the wind? Oh no, it's a female dispersal from the Solace pack who's pretty far away. Let's see, we've had Solace before, but they have since dispersed. I don't even remember who that would have been, but we can see some of the damage that we did on Weasel Gulch here. We killed 2 of their pups of the year. They still have 3 left. They had quite a large litter this year, and they still have both of their pack leaders, Vale and Mucky, so we may have to go and investigate that. We are down to 50% food for our pup, so we also need to make sure to get a hunt in, but I have a feeling that these wolves are not going to be far away, and boy, they are just really fighting back. I know they're very fierce wolves. I know that they're definitely scrappy. They are kind of going through what the Wildfire Pack went through when they were first starting out, so I know it is certainly rough on them, but that does not mean we can just you know, give them our territory. And we found a nice elk herd here as well. We may want to actually hunt these guys before we deal with Weasel Gulch, because our pup is so hungry, and that way our priorities are kind of in line for these guys now. There we go. Perfect. We'll get these guys running and see if anybody will fall. This is a great season for hunting. Looks like Spark has selected this one. Let's see if it is worth anything here. It's too bad. I feel like we could certainly find a better one, but we do a lot of damage on cow elk pretty quickly, so when one pack member picks an elk, it's kind of a good idea to stick with it. If everyone is really gung-ho about that one, you tend to be able to take it down pretty fast. Ow. I'm noticing I've been getting kicked off of prey, and it actually stops my sprint meter quite a bit. Oh, there we go. You joining in, Flint? We'll get the throat bite. Ow. And maybe that'll give Flint a little bit more of a chance. Kindle is getting in on that, trying to give Flint an opportunity to take a bite or two, and he is just holding back again. Very interesting to see. Alright, Flint. Well, you are definitely still learning in a lot of other ways. He is all the way up to 70 pounds. You'll notice that I've at least seen that he also doesn't get in on the food as quickly as some other wolves in the past do, so I definitely think he is not very bold. I really think he's probably going to be a lot more submissive of a pup than we've seen so far, and again, I think that's just because of his story and what he has kind of gone through. You'll notice again he's going for meat chunks as opposed to going in on the actual food here. Timber actually took quite a bit of damage here. Our health isn't doing that great, but if Weasel Gulch didn't heal much, we can still probably get them. What is oh, just the fox? I was like, what are we barking at? But yeah, we can probably get them to run pretty easily. We still need to wait for Flint to get up to 100% with this food here. We'll go ahead and mark it as well. Everyone is really upset at that fox. Here we go. We heard Sparks howl nice and independently there. Oh, Flint is giving us some little airplane ears. Let's give him a nice little roll. There we go. We got a little bit more of a confident tail from him now. Some little airplane ears from Kindle. Okay, well, let's go ahead and see. So interesting. I'm getting woofing in my ears, like the woof that you do to send the pups to go hide. Not quite sure who is doing that, but very interesting nonetheless. Okay, kids. Everybody is all fed up, right? Yes, Timber is actually down to 47, so this may be a fight that we run from, but given the fact that I'm pretty sure Weasel Gulch is going to be weak, I'm still curious to check out what happens. Now, before we go and engage with that, we actually need to go and roll for the day. We have been running on challenging for almost all of the episodes here, but let's go ahead and switch. Make sure you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, let's go ahead and do a spin for the day. We're probably still going to end up on challenging, but we will do it nonetheless. Oh, I thought for a second we might have gotten easy, but nope, we are still on challenging, so that is just fine. Let's go back to the game here. And here we go. So we're gonna stay where we're at. You know, it would be a little bit easier if we got to roll easy, because that would definitely help with our health situation. But we've got everybody here yet again. We're gonna have to keep a really close eye on our pups. Unfortunately, Mucky is back at full health. I think this may be a fight where we actually have to run from, just because of how healthy everybody is. We need to keep a very close eye. Flint is at 50%. The only way we're gonna get out of this is if we end up killing a wolf here. Let's see, Vale. Oh, we have like no stamina. Okay. Flint, you're at 52. Timber's at 39. I do think that we're actually not going to be able to do this. The only way that we would be able to stand up to Weasel Gulch right now is if nobody had healed. And so many of their wolves got very damaged that last fight. Unfortunately, the gods decided that they were going to heal more than we did. So they are going to take that hex back, but that is perfectly fine. They can have it. We didn't even mean to take that hex in the first place. So we are going to make the smart decision and go away unscathed. And now that we're looking at this southern part of our territory, look at how absolutely abysmal that is. We are really going to need to book it south and get all of that taken care of, because holy cow, we've been spending a lot of time up north. And we really need to get that sorted. Okay, well, we took over a few more pieces of territory down here. We at least got our forest taken care of. And Weasel Gulch is definitely trying to take back these hexes up here. So we'll have to see if we let them keep those or not. But we definitely need to address the south at the moment. So let's go to sleep and see what happens with that territory in the morning. Still showing that little hex invasion icon. Even though we ran away from the fight, so I'm not sure why that didn't disappear. But I do think Wolfquest is kind of acting a little funky lately. I'm noticing that it is sputtering quite a bit during my recordings today, and thankfully nobody has moved in too aggressively, so we are going to be marking quite a bit of territory. And our pup is looking really, really good on that experience. We still need to stay on top of that food. And speaking of which, we may be running straight into an elk herd, which is perfect. Man, can you guys believe how much food we are finding this season? It is really wild when you think about just how much we were struggling before. Cole just got rammed by an elk. Alright guys, let's stay back and wait for a weak one. I know we say that every time, but I really think it would be smart to do now that we're getting later and later in the season. We have a good chance of getting a weak elk and having one fall. So let's just stay with everyone. We still need Flint to get quite a bit of experience with hunting, so it would be good to show him, you know, to wait for the elk to fall down. None so far, but we are getting them a little bit more tired. Even if they don't fall, they're at least getting more tired. Oh, here we go. This one is down real far. Okay, we didn't get the increased experience, but we are holding it in place, which is great. If we can get our pack mates in on this. Come on, everyone. Why are you making Dad do all the work? Go get him, Kindle. Good job. Nisha joining in on that as well. We got kicked off pretty hard, but Flint is making a try there. Look at him trying to get in on that. Good job. Let's do a nice sprint and see if we can catch up with everyone. Flint is trying to get in there. The big kids are not making much space for him. I notice our stamina is actually struggling a little bit right now. Alright, we've got the elk to stop. We're just going to go ahead and take a step back and really let Flint try. He did do one little bite and got kicked off, so he's got a little bit more learning to do. Okay, watch out. There you go, Flint. Good job, buddy. It is so interesting to be able to see everyone's personalities and just how they're developing. We have not quite had a puppy like Flint yet. Most of our pups have really been diving in there, and Flint is definitely holding back. My heart goes out to the little guy, because he's had to deal with so much growing up. And did he at least eat all the way? He did, so that's good at least. He tends to not want to eat right away when it comes to the food. He prefers to kind of wait until everyone else has gotten their fill before he joins in on it. I think he just doesn't quite want to get pushed out. Not that he ever does, you know, his pack mates are really nice. We have been seeing a lot more growling lately, but it's mostly with the kids in between, you know, each other. I don't know if they're just getting annoyed with one another or what is going on with that. But yeah, we are definitely seeing a little bit more of the pack dynamics happening right now. And you know, we are just keeping a very close eye on it. Is this dog scent? Yes, it is. We did see another, I think it was the Solace dispersal in our area. Ooh, moose calf carcass. Wonder who took that down. Yeah, we were in our forest earlier and we smelt another dispersal that we've never met before. We didn't quite have the time to go and check it out, but we will certainly keep our nose to the wind and see if we can't meet anybody else. This is certainly the time of year for dispersals. And oh my gosh, another elk herd, you guys. That is wild how many elk are in our area. I am absolutely loving it. You know, this pack has definitely been cursed in a lot of ways this season. They've had a lot of hardships, but at the same time, they've been blessed in a lot of other ways, and they are getting more and more elk herds in their area, and you know, just kind of getting blessed with a lot of things lately. So, you know, it kind of feels like somebody is looking out for them at least. And I say season to kind of mark the year, not that our Wolfquest series really has different seasons. I suppose a season 2, once we get there, will be whoever ends up inheriting the Wildfire Pack, which is going to be a really fun conversation to have when that happens. But I'm really glad that they have added in the mechanic for if, you know, one of your pack leaders pass away, you can either continue as the mate or one of your children, depending on what ended up happening there. If both of the mates pass away, or oh gosh, it's so sad to think about, but if like one mate passes away from old age and you're left with your player wolf, and then once your player wolf passes away, which one of your kids is going to inherit the pack? So I definitely think our Wildfire Pack is going to be a pack that they're going to run through like their successors, and we'll be following the legacy of this pack for many generations to come. But when one of Timber's children decide to disperse, they are going to start a pack of their own and will not be the Wildfire Pack. They'll be a descendant of the Wildfire Pack, but they're going to start their own, and so they will have their own series. So Templeton dispersal, we have to know this wolf. Now, I mean, we may not, but I feel like we certainly do. I mean, we need to head off in this direction anyway, so we'll see if we run into them. But I mean, Big Timber, we thought we knew all of the Big Timber wolves. So it may be worth checking out this Templeton dispersal to see. Although once some wolves start coming around to court our wolves, we will we'll get to know what pack they're from regardless, but definitely interesting to keep an eye on. Oh, and we're right by the house again. Well, we're certainly not going to go inside there because that's a little bit scary. We don't want to get trapped in that house. But we'll go ahead and move our marker because we don't necessarily want to be heading straight into that territory. And I feel like this dispersal is actually pretty far away. I don't know, we might pursue it for a little while, but we are really not heading in a direction that we need to go. And it's getting a little bit muddied up with some of the dog scent. There is a carcass out this way. The dispersal might be at the carcass that we took over in this area. Let's see here. We're getting closer, but I just don't know how far away this is going to be. Let's see. Alright, well, we ended up going much farther north than we needed to just to find Indy yet again. Alright, you guys, we don't want to be howling in this territory. We'll go back over here, and at least it won't be for nothing. We can reinforce the territory on our farthest edge over here, and yeah, we're gonna need to make our way south, you guys. We got a lot to do down there. The pack desperately wants to howl, so Let's give them what they want here and probably go down for a sleep. We're probably going to lose a lot of that territory to the south, but Flint also needs to heal, so hello everyone. Let's go down for a nice rest and see what we get up to. Okay everyone, how are we feeling this morning? Feeling a lot better. Flint is getting a lot bigger. We can tell that he's still a lot smaller than our full-grown wolves here, but he is certainly getting quite a bit taller. There we go, buddy. I think he, I'll be curious to see his body mass, because like I was saying earlier, with everything that went on, and with our food situation, being that he didn't have litter mates for very long to need to share the food with. Swamp Lake dispersal. I would imagine that he is a pretty bulky wolf, but that certainly doesn't help with his confidence much. He still is struggling with finding his confidence and you know, being able to be a bold wolf. I mean, maybe he feels like he doesn't necessarily need to with so many adults, and I'm wondering if Flint is going to stay with us for a long time, because, you know, just how much he has been through. He's probably going to want to stay really close to his family for a while, and I certainly would not blame him. He's been through a lot. I was thinking for sure he would be an angry, kind of bolstering, big wolf who had a whole lot to prove to everyone. But that is certainly not seeming to be the case. I think he's a lot more troubled than what I originally thought. So we'll have to see. Is that a dog? Yes, those are dogs. Let's find this territory marker and head south as much as we can. Still no sign of Glacier Lake. They actually seem to be struggling right now. I don't think we've ever met any wolves from them. Oh no, we've met Banyan. Did we know Banyan? We just named Banyan. Banyan is a tree. Yeah, holy cow. So we just named Banyan and Spruce from Big Timber, and now Banyan is the pack leader of Glacier Lake. What in the world is happening with these guys? So I wonder if one pack leader just passed away and Banyan went down there and joined them. That is so interesting. So now we're getting a little bit of kind of intermingling between some of the bigger packs here. So this is kind of how it happens when you know, Wolfquest in the dispersal information, little pop-ups that happen, they talk about how some of the big packs may not have much diversity, and going after dispersals or looking for a mate with dispersals from some of the smaller packs in the area is kind of a good way to go because of diversity. And I'm guessing it's for kind of this reason here. So we've got a wolf who dispersed from Big Timber and joined one of the larger packs that was able to make it on the map, and you know, that diversity kind of gets intermingled there. So that is so interesting. I'm glad we went and found them. Also, yet another elk herd. Flint is down to 72 food, but I feel like it's actually going to be smarter to not hunt today, and maybe even, you know, just get like a rabbit and offer him that instead. If he would like one. What do you think, Flint? We've got quite a bit of territory to mark, and we haven't quite been able to catch up on our sleep meter, so Let's give that to Flint. Make sure he can get just a little bit of food. Here we go, buddy. How did that fill you up a little bit? Up to 78. That is good. Back over to this guy that we just marked. It's at 89, but we can go ahead and mark it nonetheless. And yeah, we need to get back down to our favorite little beaver lake and make sure that we can mark that back up. And I'll be curious to see what the lake looks like if it's frozen right now and if we're actually able to catch any beavers. Does anybody want that? Nisha, my love. There we go. We're finally able to give Nisha a rabbit again. Goodness, we haven't been able to do that for so long. Do a little chin rest with Nisha here. There we go. Get a nice little tail wag. We're getting old, Nisha. We're getting old. We're going to be going on to year 6 when we have our next litter. And, you know, I can't wait. You know, I'm probably going to be completely emotionally devastated once anything happens to our adults here. But, you know, we've also fallen in love with their children, and I don't think we're ever going to find another mate like Nisha again. She is so special. She is so caring. I love going back to the first episode that we met her, and, you know, I can definitely see putting together a video where we just honor Nisha and Timber and their relationship together. Ooh. Salvage dispersal. This is one that we caught wind of, but we never actually met up with. So let's see if we can get this wolf on our tab as well. And it's running right by our spot that we need to mark, so that is perfect. We're unfortunately going to be interrupting her hunt here. Oh gosh, yeah, Wolfquest is really struggling for me today. Okay, is this wolf in the area? Yes, 1833. We don't mean to disrupt you, my darling. You can keep hunting. You're fine. 1833 salvage. What should we call this one? Junkyard? Not junky. Alright, I went with Renu. I was trying to kind of go off of like recycling? I don't know, salvage? Oh well. Renu's not too bad. Call her Nunu or something. Okay, well let's keep on going here. Everyone just wants to howl away. And we got another wolf on our known wolves tab, which makes me very happy. And yeah, I don't remember if any of the water is frozen over right now. Let's go ahead and mark this before we move on down to the next hex. There we go. Perfect, and not sure where this marker is at. Oh, yep, okay, so the river is frozen over, so that means that the beavers are not going to be here, which I believe also means we're in proper winter time now. So that's good to know. I really wish Wolfquest would add... Oh wow, our affinity is actually low. Need to get that up, guys. But yeah, I really wish Wolfquest would add something on the menu there to let you know what season you're in. Because it's definitely easy to lose track of exactly when, you know, autumn turns into winter and when that, you know, slowly turns into springtime. Got a little growl brawling happening over there between Flint and Nisha. Not sure who started that. But let's make sure that the nothing too crazy is going on. And we'll go down for a nice sleep again. And I wonder what pounds our pup is going to be at. I believe it rolls over once we hit the 80s. So we're about 75, and we are definitely going to need to hunt today. Except the fact that we're getting raided. Oops, I actually didn't mean to wolf. That is a reflex here. Ouch. Alright, Oakleaf, I see you. Oakleaf is a very pretty wolf. I think that is like the original coat there. Alright, Flint is biting onto Douglas Fir. These guys have had a couple of conflicts lately. Okay, Oakleaf is biting onto Flint. Okay, we really need to... Everyone's kind of targeting Timber right now. Have to keep a close eye on everyone. It's like everyone besides Blaze is doing pretty good, except for Dad. I feel like Dad is actually getting beat up on. Here's a wolf we don't actually have named. We're gonna have to go back and name him. Let's stay nice and close to Flint, who is biting on Cherry right now. There is Oakleaf. You know, Oakleaf, if we end up taking you out this time, I would not be too sad about it. Your big Timber has caused us quite a bit of trouble and took out Steel, so you guys really have a lot coming. You are an elder wolf. You are 8 years old. We let you go last time and you have come back on us yet again, and it seems like they might be on the run. We still have the icon showing that we're being attacked right now. It looks like Cherry is keeping the fight going in the back there, so we're gonna get right back onto Oakleaf while these guys are still interested in fighting us. Oakleaf has got a pretty bad injury. She is a very old wolf. Still don't know who their other pack leader is. Okay, so 1425 is the other pack leader. So let's go ahead and get him named. Alright, we went with Balsam for their other pack leader. Very curious as to why these guys are fighting back so hard. I wonder if it's Douglas Fir back there. He's got about the least fear meter out of anyone. We are probably going to be taking out Oakleaf here shortly. There we go. Looks like the fight is still raging on. No. These guys are going to be going. Balsam, what is your health like? We might take out Cherry here. Because she is the lowest, and we do have quite the grudge against this pack. We really do not want them to be thriving. I didn't take a look at their other pack leader's age. I didn't take a look at Balsam's age, so he might be able to keep this pack going for quite a while. But we did take out Oakleaf finally. Let's take a look at his age. Yeah, he's only 4 years old. Goodness, you guys. Well, another victory for the Wildfire Pack, and that is where we're going to have to wrap it up for today. It's a little bit loud because they definitely want to rally after that wonderful fight there that we won. But thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely leave a like on the video if you are excited to see our pup grow up and move into the next chapter with another litter with these guys. I can't believe it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to know when I post so you can follow along with that adventure, and check out the playlist that I have listed down below so you can keep up with everything Wildfire. So I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.